this is why you should check your drippers every day. One day. I went one day without checking them. Whoops. Early morning, soaking them. When impatiens get this far gone, they don't always come back, so we will see. How come all the pool salt's got poop on it? Lisa found it. Sam stopped selling it. Look at that. $5. Not a bad deal. I remember Laura from Garden Answers did something with these guys that she said she got them from Walmart, and I couldn't find them, but I see it, and it's not as pretty in person, but for $5, yeah, that's a really good deal. I might even have to get 2 of them, because, you know, a set's always better. Oh, the Jetty's on clearance. These pop back just fine, even though they're leggy. Like, they're not... I'm kind of done with these. They need to be cut, and I don't think they have time to really regrow and do much, so I don't actually care. The hydrangeas. Now, I've already been all over the place when we're, like a minute into this video. Yeah, so watered them, went out, back. I have tried everything to get this guy to stand up straight. It's getting so top heavy. I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to prune some of these flowers off because it's just too much. And I'm going to see what I can do, what I have in the garage as far as stakes go. I may get some of those twist down stakes that you put down to the ground that you anchor in for like dog lines, and try and rig something up to help pull it that way, because eventually this is going to cause permanent damage to the plant, or at least permanent wonkiness in its growth, so I need to handle that, amongst some other things. As you probably have known if you watch these vlogs, these are the vanilla strawberry hydrangeas, Hydrangea paniculata, and they start off white, they turn pink, they're beautiful, absolutely love them, they're amazing. You okay, Toby? Why you look so sad? You didn't do anything. You're a good boy. What's wrong? What's wrong, Toby? You did something. I don't know what you did, but you did something, didn't you, Toby? I tell you what, I forgive you already because you're a good boy. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're a good boy. It's okay. Should I be concerned about you? What's wrong? Okay, so also, gonna keep an eye on the dog. Oh, wait, you're okay now, Toby? Alright, I don't know what that was about. The paniculatas, the vanilla strawberry. Beautiful plants. I wish that they had sturdier wood on them so that when those heavy blooms came, they didn't fall down so much. But after, you know, a few years of training the branches, pruning them back, making the cuts in the right places in the fall, starting to strengthen the core of the plant, then eventually at least they'll be weeping from up higher. So that'll be nice. I mean, they still look good, except for, I mean, that's just, ugh, that drove me crazy. Oh, that's a pretty reflection. Palm tree. Love that palm tree so much. I was just out running those errands. I needed pool salt, and I needed to grab some burlap for the burlaps for a fall planter. And while I was out, something happened. Lowe's had more of these vanilla strawberry hydrangeas, and they didn't get them in the spring. This is the most ideal time to be planting them, but they were clearanced. Got some spike plants for $1 too. That's pretty nice. Got a Veggetti Power on clearance too. I've wanted to try this out. I've heard good things. Oh, and I did get my burlap. So I have mentioned on numerous occasions that the front yard needs a facelift. Last week I cut out a big dead burning bush and threw this planter in here. It's doing okay, but it's still not quite enough sun, I don't think. I mean, at least it's enough sun right there. So this red bud needs to be trimmed back majorly. That's probably not going to happen until fall. But once that happens, it's going to lighten things up a little bit over here. At one point there was a crabapple here, and there's still one there. They haven't done great because they weren't getting enough light, and the soil holds a little bit too much moisture for them. They need a lot, like full sun. So do the paniculatas, but they can do okay in part. So I'm going to put one of them here. I'm going to put one in that place, in place of that one. And then I was thinking about putting the third one right here. I could put it right there, but I feel like that'd be too much. They get very, very wide. That'll be over the path. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think it would look nice, but I don't think it'll work. It'll be over the path. Excuse you. You're facing the wrong way. Oh, aren't you pretty though, aren't you? I don't like those dark centers. Those drive me crazy. Because it's like a Rose of Sharon. And that's a perennial. Why bother with the tropical one? Orange, yellow, pink. Right next to the trash can. Recycling bin. Hey guys, how you doing? Okay. I want to walk around and talk about the plants so bad, but it's going to be time for another garden tour in like a week. Actually, a day, but it probably won't come out till mid-September. So, I'm not going to. But I'll show you this one real quick. That's it. That's it. That's all for now. Wasn't it pretty? That's the Confection Perfection hibiscus. I got Confection Perfection, no problem, but hibiscus, that's what I struggled with. Oh, storm knocked the towels down. Oh, you are wet. Yeah, that's really wet. Soaking wet outside. I can't plant these today. I'd really like to, though. But I have clay. And you don't want to dig holes in the clay because you end up creating like a pot in the ground that holds much moisture. And I forgot to buy gypsum, so have to do that another time. All right, it is the next day. Things have kind of dried out for the most part. Look at all those limelights, they're pretty. See, it's actually a really pretty day, but oh, it is very humid. Oh, hey dead pine tree. I figure it's nice enough out. The sun's kind of trying to burn off the clouds a little bit. Need to get those hydrangeas planted, so need to go get some gypsum. Making another run back to Lowe's. Fertilizer, starter, weed preventer, Morganite. Gypsum? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I should not be lifting things with one hand. I hurt my wrist. I don't know how, but it's been sore for a few days. And then I do stupid things like that. Go figure. I should probably get 2 bags. There we go. That's better. Oh, new clearance plants. There is nothing wrong with you. Why are you on clearance? I don't know, but I'll take it. I always wondered how they do that. Well, this time I just assumed they had some type of like specially trained monkey or something to get up there and change those bulbs. This way makes way more sense. Not as cute as a monkey though. Yeah, you see that? Shouldn't be able to just bend over a healthy tree. This whole area is just sopping wet. I think I'm going to need to reduce the amount of time my drippers are running. I kind of figured that anyways, because it's not as hot outside anymore. So that should definitely help. But yeah, I mean, look at that. That shouldn't be happening. Shouldn't be able to just bend your trees back and forth. That's not normal. I finally finished digging the holes, getting the trees out. Came around to the backyard, got my cart so I can put some stuff on there to amend the hole. Put my turfus on here, which is in a paper bag, which is really stupid, and here's why. The bottom of the bag popped open everywhere. So, well, guess I'm gonna have to figure out something else here. Crap. I just can't trust anybody to make a quality product anymore. Packaging is everything. And now my tote's broken. This is going so smoothly. This is going smooth. I'm tired. Alright, so the holes are dug. I went ahead and I put in the gypsum, the turfus, which is this lighter colored substance here. That stuff, the stuff that just fell all over the place. That helps aerate, absorb moisture, re-release some moisture, and just overall improves drainage. I also added some garden compost and all those things. I scored the sides and the bottom so that the gypsum and everything can work its way into the clay, so I'm not creating a pot in the ground. And I think ready to go. Sorry if I sound winded, it's because I kind of am. It's more just, it's so humid, it's not hot, but I'm sweating my pseudobulbs off out here. Oh, and here you can kind of see where I scored the sides of the hole. Like I said, that's just so that I'm not compacting the clay, basically. It's gonna allow the gypsum and all the good things to transfer between the clay and the soil, so I'm not creating a pot in the ground. I feel like I've said that a lot. And the roots on these guys are looking pretty good. I'm just very gently going around and rubbing them a little bit, but I don't really need to go too far. It looks okay. Alright, get this guy put in here. Make sure it is centered. Okay, one left. I think this is the spot. Like I said, I wasn't really thrilled about this planter being right there. I think the hydrangea tree would look nice in this corner. But hey, we will see. Also, I feel like it's going to be a nightmare digging here, so that may not happen right now. That was rock solid. It's going to be a group project. That's not happening by myself. Okay, now I didn't get mulch, which I think is usually really important when finishing off an area. And there's like a huge clump of mud, or really it's just soil, but I mean it looks dirty and muddy in the front of that berm. So I was thinking I might take a quick division from this Hittichium Tahitian Flame and put some other stuff in front of it to kind of fill in that area so you don't see the mud. Because some of the impatiens, by some I mean a lot, that were within where I was digging, they got pretty torn up. You'll see why am I doing this here? We'll see that in the front. You know what it is though? I get like weird talking and doing the plant stuff in the front yard because my neighbors are always outside and I feel weird about it. So that's why I'm doing this back here. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Over here, I have this clamshell planter that I actually did a video on, and I just never released it. I don't know why. Like, I kept forgetting. I'll go ahead and release that this week. It's not something that I'm like particularly proud of. It's just one of those things where I worked with what I had and wasn't thrilled with the outcome. But I think that this will work in that area really well. I'm going to go ahead and gut this out, and then I can replant this up with something else. Probably not right now, but later. And this is the Sedum Lemon Coral Sedum from Proven Winners. And then this is just a Tragiscantha. It's a variegated purple heart plant. These are not hardy where I live, but there is a chance, at least I know the Tragiscantha, when it's mulched in a warm spot, does come back for me sometimes. So that would be great if it does. If not, that's okay too. The Sedum is rated zone 7 and up. So again, not hardy here, but maybe if I have the mulch on top of this and on top of that, because there's going to be a lot of mulch there with that ginger in that area. Though it's really late to be putting a ginger in the ground. I doubt that that's going to survive the winter, but I mean, hey, you never know. We will see. So you can see this bare spot here. It's just not really looking that good. It's got the mud clumped up and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and put the sedum in here, the Tragiscantha, the pineapple lily, and the ginger, and I think that looks a lot better. Well, it's not perfect, but I like it. The Awakaja is kind of blocking the other of the hydrangea trees, but those probably won't be there next year. I'm thinking next year I may do Chinese fan palms in their place because those stay much, much, much lower. Or, I mean, who really knows? But, yeah, those aren't perennial here. I will dig them up and let them go dormant and replant them elsewhere. I mean, I guess they could go here next year, but you can see that one's leaning for the sun, which is weird because that one gets more sun than that one. I don't know what that's about. Ooh, actually, I may have done that with the shovel. I had to, like, get the shovel down in there and lean it in the top of the tree. Yeah, that might be my fault. I planted them just a little bit higher than the surrounding area just because, as you have seen, this area stays very waterlogged, and I'm working on improving that. It's getting much better, but that will allow this root ball to dry out faster, and there will be less risk of rot. That's what I was going for. Don't want rot. Yeah, oh, these poor impatiens. I mean, considering I dug up a tree, they don't look that bad. But for the hydrangeas, I'd say it's worth it. Everything here in the front might come back next year. I don't really know. It's really late to be putting a ginger in the ground, but I just thought, hey, it'll add some variegation, a little bit of color since there's variegation throughout the rest of this barn with the sun impatiens, which now look really, really bad. Accidentally broke off a few little pieces here, but that's okay. Yeah, like I said, I would like to get some mulch and tidy this whole area up and get these... Oh, that looks so bad. The main thing here is I'm kind of thinking more about next year. Next year, this is going to look a lot better. These hydrangeas get really, really wide, and they change color. They're super pretty. And they are paniculated, just like the limelight, but their foliage is darker, they turn pink, and they droop a lot more than the limelights do. It's the only thing I don't like. I don't really like the droopiness, but it's all right. I took the stakes that are in here, these guys, and I made sure to push them down beneath where the root ball was in the bottom of the soil, so it would go down a little bit further to keep it anchored in. Oh, yeah, see that? See where accidentally... I'm so sorry, I broke you. Lost another one. Oh, and watering these in. I'm going to go ahead and water them in, not as heavily as I normally would. If it were really hot outside and the soil were dry, then I would have filled these holes up a little bit with some water before filling it in and let that root ball soak some of that up, but not necessary. It's saturated and it's not hot out. So this is fine. I'm not going to do like a heavy, heavy soaking to water in either. It's just going to be like just enough to get the soil to kind of move around that root mass that's in there and even things out a little bit. Don't really need to do much more than that. It's not hot out and the ground's already saturated. Oh, my poor impatiens. That guy, I do think that's going to look really good once that's planted. But like I said, that's going to be a group project. The soil there is just rock solid. And there that is a little bit more head on. I like it. I think it's pretty. Sorry about the shaky camera work. I'm kind of tired now. Oh, look at that. Castor beans flowering. Gonna go into seed and put out pods. That's exciting. Not exactly a challenge for these plants. They kind of do all that on their own. Very vigorous, hardy, tough plants. Annuals, I should say. This one has gotten so big. That thing is huge. I mean, look at that. You can if it's in focus. See that? It's all the way up there. Love these castor beans. Do I need to do a video on these? Does anybody want to know more about them? About this specific variety? Let me know. I need to dump the salt in the pool and clean it up. Might even turn the heater on because it's been getting a little bit chilly at nighttime. But I don't think I have any projects left that I need to do in this vlog. More just because of time's sake, really. Because I need to film videos for next week or a couple days from now, really. So I need to do that. And it's so overcasty, but it says it's not going to rain. That's like ideal for filming. So much easier. What am I trying to say? What's happening? You spend too much time talking to your camera. It gets kind of wonky and difficult. I have no idea what I was saying. I'm wrapping things up though, because if I change subjects, then it's gonna be too much, because what I need to do is like the polar opposite of hydrangeas. It's actually stuff I need with my aquaponics pond, and it's just cleaning. It's nothing very exciting. I'm so happy to have those new hydrangeas in the front. I think they look fantastic. They're gonna look even better next year. It's a little bit late to plant. Well, actually, no, not really. You wanna go 6 weeks from your last frost, and we're well beyond that, and it's not that hot, so should be fine. I still have a solid, possibly 2 months until the first frost. First frost? Yes, first frost. God, I bet you guys are ready for me to just shut up at this point, aren't you? Just rambling, and it doesn't even, I'm just tongue-tied and it doesn't even make any sense. Hey, pretty. You want to go inside? You have such a beautiful backyard. You want to go in the house? Fine. Here you go. You go inside. Have a good time. Give it a minute until he's over here at this window barking to come back out. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing great. Loving the weather. Things are happening and moving, and I'm loving it. By moving, I mean growing. I guess that's what I was trying to say. Toby! Hey! Toby! Stop! Eating the grass. Why are you nauseous? What did you eat? He's fine, by the way. Yesterday, or I guess moments ago, he was acting kind of funny. I don't know what that was. He has like a guilty conscience. I don't know why. He never does anything wrong, like ever. He's the easiest dog ever. He barely even required any training. He was just always good. But like sometimes if the tone of your voice is just slightly wrong, he just like falls to his side and he's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I wasn't even talking to you. And you've never even really been scolded before, Toby. Oh, so sensitive. These guys could use a bit of a scrubbing, couldn't they? There I am, still rambling. We're still rambling, Toby. Okay, that's enough. I'm saying goodbye. Don't forget to leave the videos a thumbs up. I hope everybody's doing well. Subscribe. I upload multiple times a week. I have all my social media linked down below, down there in the description. If you follow me and I'll follow you back, we can look at each other's plant pictures, and it's a lot of fun actually. I'm mostly on Instagram more than anything else. Love seeing what everybody's doing in their gardens. And as always, everybody, most importantly, keep on growing. Bye-bye.